Welcome to Chapter 2 Tutorial on Excel Basic to Advanced video series. In this chapter, you will learn how to enter data in Excel, formatting the data, use of basic formulas and functions, and how to visualize the data. First, start with entering some data in Excel. For example, let's enter the data of personal income and expenses. Before entering any data, you have to select the cell. To select cell, simply move your mouse pointer over the cell and click. When clicked, green border appears on the selected cell, and in the name box, you'll see the cell address. Look at the name box. A1 is given because currently the A1 cell is selected, which is called the active cell. After selecting the cell, start typing data. First, write the data heading, which is Income and Expenses Tracker. After you finish typing data in the cell, you have to exit from data typing mode. For this, you have multiple options. Most common is press the Enter key in keyboard. When Enter key is pressed, the next cell below it will get selected and the typed value will store in A1 cell. Alternatively, you can press any of the arrow keys to select next cell from active cell or use the mouse click to select any other cell. Notice on the data header, there is a spelling mistake in income. To correct the spelling, you have to edit the cell value. For this, select the A1 cell. Look at the formula bar. It is displaying the same value that is in A1 cell. To edit the value, click between the values where you need correction, press right and left arrow keys to go between letters where you need to make change. Make correction, then press Enter. Alternatively, you can double-click on the cell to edit the value. There is mistake in the spelling of tracker. So, double-click on the cell, click at the end and press backspace key to remove mistaken letters. After you finish editing, press Enter key to exit from editing mode. Now, to generate the column headers for recording income and expenses data, click on the A3 cell. Write Transaction Date. Press right arrow key. Write Income/Expenses. In C3 cell, write Expenses Category. In D3 cell, write Amount. These are the column headers for the data you will enter. Notice the column headers. The values are not fit in the cell. To show the whole values, increase the column width. To increase column width, move your mouse pointer between column A and B. When the pointer icon change, click and hold the left key of mouse, drag it to right, and when you think the column width is sufficient, release the mouse click. Now, value in the cell is visible. If you have multiple columns to adjust the width, you can do all at once, which is called auto-fit the column. To auto-fit columns, first select all the columns that needs auto-fit. For example, here we need to auto-fit column B to D, so move your mouse pointer over column B. When the down arrow key appears, click and hold the left key of mouse, then drag it to right. After column B to D is selected, release the mouse click. Move mouse pointer between any of the selected columns, and when the icon changed to this, double-click on the mouse. Here you see, the column widths are changed according to the values in the cell. Below the data headers, enter some data of income and expenses. So this is the way of entering data in Excel. Let's move into another topic, that is formatting the data in Excel. Data formatting in Excel is the process of changing the appearance of data, make it more organized, readable, and visually appealing. First, let's format the data title. For this, select Data Title, which is in A1 cell. To increase the font size of title, click on Home tab, click on the small arrow beside font size, and select a larger size. Alternatively, you can click on these increase and decrease font tools. To change the color of text, click on the arrow beside Font Color tool and click on the desired color. To make the text bold, click on the Bold tool. Apply borders to the entered data to give it a tabular design. For this, select the data. To select data, click on Data Starting Cell, hold the click and drag towards the end of data, then release the click. To apply border, click on this small icon beside Border tool, then click on All Borders. Apply cell fill color for the data headers. For this, select the data headers, click on Fill Color tool and select a color that you want to apply. Let's look into how to insert and delete rows and columns between data. Suppose that you want to insert a new column between column B and C. For this, move mouse pointer over column C, right-click on mouse, then click on Insert. A new column is added between B and C column. To add multiple columns, select how many columns you want to insert, then right-click and click on Insert. To delete the columns, select the columns to delete, right-click and click on Delete. To insert and delete rows, follow the same method. Next is hiding and unhiding the row and columns. Suppose that you want to keep the column D hidden. For this, select column D, right-click on mouse and click on Hide. Column D is invisible. To unhide it, select from C to E column. Right-click on mouse, then click on Unhide. For hiding and unhiding rows, follow the same method. Let's see how to copy and paste data. Suppose you want to make a duplicate of the data you entered. For this, select the data. To copy selected data, right-click anywhere over the selected data and click on Copy. The moving lines appears around the data. It means it is now in copy mode. Select the location where you want to create duplicate. Right-click on mouse and click on Paste. This has made a duplicate of the data. After making duplicate, you have to exit from copy mode. For this, press the Escape key in the keyboard, and the moving line disappears. Next, learn how to change the sheet name. Currently, the name of sheet as given as Sheet 1. If you want to change it and keep a relevant name, move mouse pointer over the sheet name, right-click on mouse and click on Rename. Change the name. Let's put Income and Expenses. To apply the name, press Enter key or click on any cell. To change the sheet color, right-click on the sheet name, move pointer to tab color, and click on desired color. So, these were the examples of data formatting in Excel. In addition to this, there are many other formatting methods which will be covered in other chapters. Let's look into another topic, which is the formulas and functions in Excel. Formula in Excel is an expression that we write to do different calculations. And the function in Excel is a predefined operation that does a specific calculation. Suppose that you want to calculate the total expenses from this data, then you have to either use a formula or a function. To use the formula, first select a cell where you want the total, then initiate the formula by pressing is equal to symbol. Click on the first cell where there is expenses. Press the plus symbol. Click on next expenses value. Press plus symbol. Click on third expenses value. Press plus symbol, click on fourth value. This will calculate the total of values that are in D5, D6, D7, and D8 cell. After completing the formula expression, press the Enter key. Here you see the total is calculated. Following the same method, you can use other basic math operation like subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's see how to use function to calculate the total of expenses. As I already told, function is a predefined operation that does a specific task. To get the total of numbers, we have to use the sum function. To use the function, select the cell where you want to return the result. Press is equal to, then type the name of function, which is the sum function. After typing sum, here you see the function description, which says, sum function adds all the numbers in a range of cells. After typing function name, open a parentheses. In the number 1 parameter, select the cell range which you want to add. Close the parentheses. Now the function is complete. Press Enter to execute the function. And here you see the total of expenses values are calculated. So that was a basic example of using function in Excel. There are more than 400 functions in Excel which are made for performing certain type of calculation. Out of them, the most common and important functions will be covered in upcoming chapters. Let's look into one more function, that is the max function. Suppose that you want to find the highest value out of these four expenses amounts. Use the max function. Select a cell, press is equal to, type max function, open parentheses. In the number 1 parameter, select the range from which you want to get the maximum number. Close parentheses and press enter. The highest number out of these three numbers is 1560. To use a function, you can also use a differ method. This is more effective when you are learning a function for the first time. Suppose that you want to calculate the minimum of these four numbers. Use function by using this method. Select the cell, click on the Formulas tab, click on Insert Function. In this box, type the function name, which is min. Click on the Go button. This selects the min function in the list. Here you see the description of the function. Min functions returns the smallest number in a set of values. Click on OK button. This opens function arguments dialog box. When you click in the argument box, it displays the details on it from which it will be easier for you to understand what exactly you need to pass for that argument. In this number 1 argument, pass the cell range in which you want to find the minimum, which is the D5 to D7 range. So put there D5:D7, or you can also select the range using mouse. After giving the range, you can see what will be the result of this calculation. Here it is showing 230. Now, click on OK to display the result of the function. So, you can use this method when you are learning a function for the first time. Once you become used to with a function, you can use the direct method of initiating the function in a cell by using is equal to symbol and typing the function name. Now, let's jump into the next topic of this chapter, that is the basics of data visualization in Excel. Data visualization is the process of presenting the data in a chart or diagram to make it easy to understand. For this, let me create here a new data of the marks details obtained by a student in different subjects. Now, to visualize this data, select the data, click on Insert tab, then click on Recommended Charts. This will suggest you for the most suitable visuals for your data. Select the one out of the list. Let me select this pie chart option. Then click on OK. Here you see, data is visualized in pie chart. To change the title, click on the title area and change the title. To show the marks in the slices of pie, right-click on the pie slice, then click on Add Data Label option. To change the fill color of chart, double-click on the chart area. This opens Format Chart Area, where expand this fill option and click on the gradient fill. You can do other enhancement in the appearance of chart by altering different settings which will be covered in special chapters related with data visualization. So, this is all about the chapter 2 where you learn entering data, formatting the data, use of formulas and functions, and the basics of data visualization in Excel. In the next chapter, you will learn about the important tools and options that is in the File tab of Excel. For the exercise of this chapter, open Excel in your computer and enter a data. Then learn formatting the data using basic formula, function, and visualization. If you want to download the workbook that is used in the video, download it from description section below and practice in the same file. Thank you so much for watching. See you in next chapter.